Welcome, Rotarians and guests. It's 12:15. Please find your seats. Oh my gosh, house to half. You have no idea what a luxury this is to be in such a pro theater. Let's start off our meeting 5,456 of the Rotary Club of San Jose. I'm going to start off with a few reminders. Today's program is mostly about the Leigh Weimers Award, so you'll just get a few reminders from me, and then I'm going to hand it off to Lisa. All right, so the International Feast is this, it's not a feast, it's a feast. The International Feast is this Friday. You can still purchase your tickets. It is so much fun. There's live music, there's feasting, there's entertainment. It's a lot of fun, and it's at the Gordon House. So it is our global good at its finest, so please sign up while you can, and we'll see you this Friday. And then let's continue talking about birds and bees and flowers in the trees. Climate Action Committee is supporting native pollinators. And on Monday, October 21st and Tuesday, October 22nd, they're going to be distributing plants for our pollinator friends. So please volunteer and sign up for that one. They're going to be at Marshall Cottle Park. If you haven't been to Marshall Cottle Park, check that out. It's really beautiful, well done, a newer park in the San Jose collection. The Pause Committee is leading a pack walk on Saturday, October 26th at 10 a.m. at Vasona. So we will be answering the question once and for all, who let the dogs out? Please dress them up, and you can dress up too. It's got a little bit of a Halloween theme. The Pickleball Committee is just going on a tear. They're going to be leading off on Tuesday with the Pickleball for Polio social at the JCC in Los Gatos. I want to give a shout out to my employer, Jewish Silicon Valley, who is comping all the courts, and all what we do is ask you for a contribution, make your contribution to polio, and this kicks off our World Polio Day week that Sandra Jewett, you'll hear more about that next week. But anyway, polio and pickleball on Tuesday, next Tuesday, from 6 to 8 p.m. at the JCC in Los Gatos. And you're going to want to see, I'm going to send you to Ryan Sebastian and Leslie Corsilia for that one. And then let's see, much like today's Leigh Weimers program, our Bob Keeve Thanksgiving program is coming up. So you're going to want to see Lenore Keeve if you've got your moment of gratitude to share with us. If you've never done this before, please consider doing it. It's really powerful, and it just means so much to all of us in the room to hear your stories, and it might be a time for you to just really share, and it's cathartic. You're going to love it. So please see Lenore if that's something you'd like to do, or we can make you do. The happy hour is back on tomorrow night from, we're back at Rolati tomorrow from 4 to 6. So if you're not on the signups for the happy hour, the monthly downtown happy hours, we do that with the Downtown Association, with the Chamber of Commerce and Rotary. It's a super downtown San Jose kumbaya with booze, buy your own, 4 to 6 at Rolati tomorrow. And then my final note, Charlie McCollum has had to miss a number of meetings, and I got to connect with him. My spidey sense was going off, and where's my Charlie? And he's had some health issues, so please think about him. Send him a text or a dirty joke. Either way, he will love it, and let's get him back healthy and back in the room. Charlie, we're thinking of you. If you know of anyone else who's, yeah, thank you. There are others in the room who've been experiencing some health challenges that I'm not free to share with, but if you notice that someone is missing, that's kind of your clue. I know it's hard to spot an omission, but if someone's not here and you're missing them, why don't you just reach out and say, hey, haven't seen you in a long time, and you might find out that they're just really needing your comfort and maybe a little too embarrassed to ask for it. And I know you'll do that. Thank you so much, Rotarians. All right, it is my pleasure to cue up this darling jingle that I never get tired of. Hammer Theater, will you help me out by queuing up our special Leigh Weimers jingle?
John, what? Can you come in here for a second, please?
Yeah. What?
I have some good news.
What's that?
So I entered us in this competition, and we won a grant.
What? Who would give us a grant?
Well, I'm glad you asked. There's this team who loves new artists. They're a bunch of good timers. They give away this grant in honor of Leigh Weimers. Now, Leigh was quite the guy, though he's not around today. He believed in lifting up the artists here in San Jose. His passing left us solemn. He used to write a column published in the Mercury News. He was hip, he was cool, he repped the small timers. He was nitty, he was gritty. His name was Leigh Weimers. Though he passed in 2012, he's still paving the way, still lifting up the up-and-comers right here in the Bay. So you see, Johnny, dreams do come true.
Yeah.
You look confused.
Well, it's just, I don't understand how this grant came to be.
So then this guy named Steve...
Oh, you mean Steve Borkenhagen?
Yeah.
I hear that guy can captivate a room like Ronald Reagan.
Oh yeah, that Steve is smooth, but so is Leigh's wife Jerry. They get this great idea for a grant that's legendary. And right here in our city, they form this great committee that funds emerging artists like us. They're hip, they're hot, they rep the small timers. They're a nitty-gritty committee, they call them Leigh Weimers. They've had actors, singers, dancers, painters, sculptors, harpists, rhymers. They've dropped near 100 grand in the name of Leigh Weimers. So that is how we want it.
Wait, Ben.
Don't make me repeat it.
We're humbled to be honored, there is nothing that can beat it.
So place us on the roster of the greats who came before us. We are simple jingle writers, but we're glad that you adore us for helping artists blossom. SJ Rotary is awesome. We'll honor you and Leigh as we grow. 'Cause now we're hip, we're cool, we're kinda big timers, all because of your committee in the name of Leigh Weimers. And though we never met him, he's still paving the way. He's still lifting up the up-and-comers right here in the Bay.
You heard it here first, folks. Pod Help the Outcast said that Rotary was cool, and I think that's true. Lisa Millette, come join me up here.
Thank you, President Heather, and good afternoon, Rotarians and all the guests. It is an honor to be with you here. With you today, celebrating the incredible talent that flourishes in our community and continues to grow through the generous spirit of the Leigh Weimers Emerging Artists Awards. The fun jingle we just saw, which I love every single time, was written by 2018 Leigh Weimers Award winner Justin Keys and his writer partner, John Campione, a testament to the amazing work that they do. This program makes me proud to be a San Jose Rotarian. This award, named after the beloved writer and longtime champion of the arts, Leigh Weimers, is a fitting tribute to a man whose words inspired countless readers for more than 40 years in the San Jose Mercury News. Yep. Leigh and his beautiful wife, Jerry, were a constant presence in the artistic community, attending theater performances, ballet, symphony, art openings, and literary events. Leigh's support was not just written, but deeply felt. And it's the same spirit that we carry on his legacy with these awards. The Leigh Weimers Emerging Artists Awards were established in 2013 by the Rotary Club of San Jose, recognizing outstanding artists who have not yet been widely recognized for their talent. This award is intended to support and lift up these artists wherever they are in their own journey. Thanks to the tireless efforts of the committee's founders, Steve Borkenhagen, Stuart Slater, and Bob Rao, this program has now provided a total of $206,000 to 44 deserving artists, including today's winners. I would very quickly like to acknowledge the contributions of my fellow committee members under the steadfast leadership of our chair, Sarah Klisch. Would you all just stand for a second and give a little wave, committee members? Thumbs up on Zoom. And then our honorary member, yes, great. There we go. Thank you. The arts are essential to the fabric of our community. The arts are essential to the fabric of our community. Supporting the arts means supporting the heart of our communities, and today we are here to honor artists who represent that heart. I welcome and congratulate the 2024 Leigh Weimers Emerging Artists Award winners, and we look forward to hearing more about their incredible journeys and the impact that they continue to have in the world of the arts. Our winners this year are Petra Persholia, a gifted pianist. Oh, okay, we can do that. Petra is a gifted pianist whose performances have left an incredible mark. We have Alicia Nelson, an actor whose stage presence and dynamic performances captivate audiences. We have our visual artist this year is Yen-Yi Chung. A painter whose work reflects both mastery of technique and a deep connection to her subject. And last but not least, we have Bennett Roth Newell. Bennett is a jazz pianist who brings vibrant energy and emotional depth to every note he plays. I'm excited to start today's celebration with Petra. And I'd like to just let you know that after navigating the challenges of motherhood and immigration, Petra has not only found her voice as a brilliant pianist, but also created a community here in Santa Clara County, sharing her passion for music and cultural diversity with Carnegie Mellon now in her sights in November. Please welcome Petra, who will tell us a little bit about herself and then be playing Rachmaninoff Prelude in G minor. Petra?
Thank you, Lisa, for the very nice introduction. You know, we just flew yesterday from New York, and I asked my husband, I played at my first Indian wedding, can you imagine? So I asked my husband, what are your tips? What should I talk about? And he said, well, speak loudly so they can hear you, and speak slowly so they can understand you. You hear I have this strong accent. But he said, most of all, keep it short so they will applaud. You know, my parents would be really proud if they were here today. They still live in Slovenia. When I told them 15 years ago that I was moving from Slovenia to the United States because somebody was giving me money to play the piano, they had a really hard time believing it. But look, here we are again today, right? They've always been really supportive, although they never really understood what I was trying to do. So when I told them, you know, I won this award and now I'm gonna play at Carnegie Hall, you know what my mom said? Who's Carnegie? So I've been playing for a long time. I won't tell you how old I am, my whole life, pretty much. And things were not always looking this bright as they do today. I was trying to finish a piano performance doctorate while we had the COVID lockdown and there were no performances. So that was a tough one. And then we had a child, so that was also a little tough. But then we moved into this wonderful community, and I really started to find my voice, and I am very happy that we are part of this community. Among others, I would really like to, can you please give a round of applause? I'm trying to see my husband. Where is he? Right there, he's right there. Please, a short applause for him. As a mom performer, I could not do it without him, really. And I couldn't do it without all of you believing in us. You believed into someone who has struggled, who got scholarships and awards through just own really hard work. I never had financial support from anywhere else but people like you, and I've made it in this country. And you are really changing lives. So my wish is to do the same as you're all doing, to make people find their voice, find their dreams, and be able to reach them. So really, thank you all for everything you're doing for me and everyone else who's going to come here after me. And with the award, I'm hoping to buy a keyboard which will take the restriction of being in a concert hall so that I will be able to play for anyone, anywhere, and reach more people with my music. But now, today, we do have the nice piano. It's right there, you see it at the other side. So I will actually attempt to play Rachmaninoff. It's a piece I haven't played in a week, and you will hear why I could not fit it into an Indian wedding.
you so much, Petra. Our next winner today is Alicia Nelson. Alicia's passion for theater and activism comes from a deeply personal place. Her work with at-risk communities and her own journey of self-discovery inspire every performance as she uses her artistry to challenge norms and champion voices that need to be heard. Most actors say that the job is actually rarely acting in front of an audience on stage at a theater company. Really, the job of an actor is to audition. All the time, that's what you have to do, be ready all the time to audition. So in lots of audition rooms, the standard is 2 contrasting monologues. Show us everything you possibly can in 3 minutes about who you are and what you can do. So today we're gonna have Alicia tell us a little bit about herself and her journey, and then do an audition for you. Alicia?
Hello, everyone. My name is Alicia Nelson, and I am an actor, clown, and arts educator, and very proud to have been born and raised right here in San Jose. I know, I'm very lucky. I am fortunate enough to have grown up in a household that held the arts in the highest regard. My late father was a jazz musician, and my mother, who is here today, is a respected and established member of the Theater Bay Area community. So I guess it's no surprise that I turned out as an actor with so much art in the household, because with 2 talented role models, how could I not want to also be an artist? My first professional show was 10 years ago. I had just finished my freshman year of college at Boston University. My father had just passed away. My mother's workplace, the San Jose Rep, had just gone bankrupt, and I had come home from school trudging through a very acute major depression. Everything about home felt different. My life felt like it had been turned inside out and upside down, and all of my foundations were shaken. It is no exaggeration to say, ooh, I'm getting emotional, sorry. It's no exaggeration to say that the show I did that summer saved my life. It reminded me of the power of the arts, that it can reach out and touch people, that it can ignite, fuel, recharge, and illuminate the world and the hearts within it. I already knew this, of course, because I had watched it growing up, but it took experiencing it firsthand when I really needed it most for me to understand it. Since graduating school, I came straight back home, and I have spent the years since defining and redefining for myself what being an actor or an athlete of the heart means to me. I believe in the power of telling stories in our authenticity, or rather bringing our entire selves to our work. I consider my role in the world, both as an artist and how I am perceived as a Black, mixed, queer woman, to be a superpower that I can use to bring to light prejudices and reflect for others what I struggled to find in myself growing up, which was belonging. I love work that champions the stories of intelligent, witty, and tenacious women. I love political theater that digs into prejudice, challenges it, names it, and dares to make us think, what else? And I love work that is hyper-aware of its impact. In fact, I thrive in it, I crave it, because who better to try to inspire change in the world than an artist? This is a very full circle moment for me. I quite literally grew up in this building. My mother worked at the San Jose Rep until it went bankrupt when I was 18 years old. They broke ground on this building, and I was here. I was 4 days old. It has always been a dream of mine to perform on this stage. I thought I would do it when it was still the Rep, but that was not possible anymore. So while this isn't exactly how I expected or even imagined I would do it, today I finally get to perform on this stage. I want to say thank you to my mom and my husband and my tight circle of people. I love being an actor. Sometimes it feels like it doesn't love me back, and the people who hold me up are the ones who have helped me get here. So, like Lisa said, a huge part of being an actor is auditioning. So, I'm going to pretend to audition for you. I'm going to do the whole thing, and I hope you enjoy it. Hello, my name is Alicia Nelson. I'm a member of Actors Equity, and today I have Rosencrantz and Guildenstern Are Dead by Tom Stoppard and Dance Nation by Claire Barron. Do you ever think of yourself as actually dead, lying in a box with a lid on it? No? Nor I, really. It's silly to be depressed by it. I mean, one thinks of it like being alive in a box. One keeps forgetting to take into account the fact that one is dead, which should make all the difference, shouldn't it? You'd never know you were dead, would you? It'd be like being asleep in a box. And not that I'd like to sleep in a box, mind you, not without any air. You'd wake up dead for a start, and then where would you be? Apart from inside a box. That's the part I don't like, frankly. That's why I don't think of it. Because you'd be helpless, wouldn't you? Stuffed in a box like that. I mean, you would be there forever. Even taking into account the fact that one is dead, it is not a pleasant thought, especially if one is dead. I mean, ask yourself, if I asked you right now, I'm gonna stuff you in this box, would you rather be alive or dead? Naturally, you'd prefer to be alive. But life in a box is better than no life at all, I expect. You'd have a chance, at least. You could lie there thinking, well, at least I'm not dead. Any minute, someone's gonna bang on that lid and tell me to come out of there. Like, oh, hey you, what's your name? Come out of there. I wouldn't think about it if I were you. You'd only get depressed. I think I might be freaking gorgeous. I have a really nice face, I think. I feel really blessed, or whatever. Let's face it, I walk down the street and these men look at me because I'm a freaking catch, and I'm not trying to brag, I promise, I'm serious, I'm just trying to figure this out. I'm just trying to be real for a moment. I think it's important to be real about things like this. Here's the other thing. I'm really freaking smart. I am. I'm smarter than most people I meet. Probably smarter than you. Anyway. So I don't tell anybody this stuff because I think that they're gonna hate me. But I think about it sometimes, and sometimes it makes me feel ashamed, like I'm a bad person, like I should just bury it down deep and never acknowledge it and just keep my eyes on the pavement when I feel men looking at me and pretend I don't exist. Like, every time someone has ever told me I'm beautiful, I say, no. It's like a reflex. You're beautiful, no. You're funny, no. You're smart, no. You're beautiful. But sometimes I wonder what would happen if I really went for it. Like if I tried. If I really, really tried, just embraced it. Like I looked those men in the eyes and said, yes, I am beautiful, and I'm gonna get a perfect score on the SAT, math, reading, and writing. And I may be young now, but just you wait 10 years, because one day, I'm going to be a surgeon. One day, I'm going to be a genius poet, and even more ridiculously attractive than I am now. One day, I'm gonna be running my own company, and I will cut people open like it's my job, because it is my job. I I am your God. I am your second coming. I am your mother, and I am smarter than you, and prettier than you, and better than you at everything you've ever done, and you are going to get down on your knees and worship my mind and my body. And the words I say are going to be the greatest words you've ever heard, and the things I do are going to be the greatest things that you've ever witnessed. That's what I've got in this tiny little body of mine, and I don't have to deny it. I don't have to disown it. I can shout it from the rooftops because I deserve everything. What am I going to do with all this power? What am I going to do with all of this power? Huh? I don't know. I hope I don't chicken out. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Alicia. Our next award winner today is our visual artist, Yanyi Chung. Yanyi turns the familiar streets of San Francisco into vibrant, geometric playgrounds on canvas, reflecting her personal journey of resilience and hope through the bold colors and shapes of her Geometric City series. Welcome, Yanyi.
Hello everyone, my name is Yanyi Chung. I'm from Taiwan. I fell in love with drawing when I got my first pen at age 2, but I grew up in a strict and traditional Chinese family, which means I studied a lot. However, I still took drawing as my hobby and draw every day. When I was 10 years old, my school's art teacher discovered my artist talent and told my parents. After that, I had more opportunities to be exposed to art. After graduating, I worked on painting murals and was a children's art teacher for a few years. But I still saw more for myself as an artist. At that time, I was lucky to get an opportunity to hold a solo show. When I first focused on creating, I experienced the feeling of entering a painting. It's like being a creator of the world. I realized that my soul wants to paint. So after the show, I came to the United States alone to pursue my dream of being a painter. I went to the Academy of Art University in San Francisco to study professional painting. It was the happiest time in my life. Unfortunately, the pandemic in 2020 meant all the classes were moved online. The joy of studying painting at school had become a memory, replaced by being alone. Almost everyone I knew left in San Francisco and returned to their country. But to realize my dream, I insisted on staying. To escape the pandemic's loneliness and the difficulties, I started creating the Geometric City series. Geometric City is my vision of a new city. I was alone in foreign land, facing language barriers and great difficulty. I became depressed and looked to painting for hope. The starting point of the Geometric City is a station. This painting is called Primary Station. I only use 3 colors, red, yellow, and blue. Because the starting point to reach a city is the station, and the starting point of color is the 3 primary colors. I use the colors and the shapes to create the trains movement, so you can feel the 2 trains moving in different directions. The next painting is called Community. It was inspired by the apartment I live in San Francisco. Due to the pandemic, almost all residents stayed home, but sometimes come together in the center courtyard. The orange in the middle represents the stove. Below is the BBQ area. The surrounding area of the painting represents the apartment of each resident. I have hidden my apartment on the canvas on the right. This painting is called The Bread Factory. The inspiration comes from a bakery at Pier 39. As the colors move, you can see the dough filling from the machine at the top onto the bales, entering the oven, and then the baked bread will be done and for sale. The next painting is called Coffee Shop, inspired by the Blue Bottle Shop. This painting is of a coffee shop in the afternoon. From the upper left side, you can see sunlight shining into the menu on the store's wall, followed by the visual movement of color down to the snack cabinet, checkout screen, and the coffee. After you place your order, you can find a seat to use your laptop and get some rest in the afternoon. This painting is called Library. Please look at it like a floor plan. You can enter the library from the door on the lower left. Go to the red counter, find a book you want, and find a seat in the rest area below. The next painting is Houseboats in the City, inspired by the houseboats next to Mission Bay. The bottom half of the painting shows the houseboat's reflection on the water. This painting is called Flower Shop. Different types of plants and flowers are represented by the block of color. The colors are all related to spring, representing joy and being reborn. Movie theaters are vital in every city. The painting movie theater was inspired by AMC. The movement of the small shapes in the sound and the vividness of the movie. Small yellow light bulbs in the aisles on either side of the seats help you go to the restroom if you need to during the movie. This painting is called House Connected in series. It was inspired by the homes in San Francisco. I included the idea of representing the Bay Area technology industry and used skateboard phones to connect the shapes representing the houses in series. It also means the connection between people. The last painting is called Bay City Map, inspired by San Francisco on Google Maps. Above the Bay Bridge are the piers. Walk along the bay, and you will reach Pier 39. On the left side are Golden Gate Park, Rainbow Street, and the colorful stars. Many small circles are made out of 2 colors. Many distinct ethnic groups are mixed in San Francisco. The creation of this series helped me to fight against my loneliness during the pandemic and created a new, connected city through my eyes. My speech is over. Thank you to everyone listening, and thank you for this award.
Thank you so much, Yenyi. Our last winner today is Bennett Roth Newell. Woohoo! With an undeniable love for jazz and a heart for teaching, Bennett Roth Newell has made a lasting mark on the Bay Area music scene, blending soulful performances with his dedication to nurturing the next generation of musicians. Please welcome Bennett.
All right, good afternoon, San Jose. Bon dia. Yeah, welcome, welcome. First, I just want to start out by saying, how about one more time for Petra and for Alicia and for Yenyi? To see three really diverse, talented, artistic mediums from three really gifted women is just really special, I think, for this year's awards recipients, and it's just a testament to the artistic community for San Jose. Give them one more hand, come on, that was killing. So thank you, Lisa, for the introduction. My name is Bennett Roth Newell, and I'm a jazz pianist, composer, recording artist, and music educator, and I've had the honor and the privilege of serving the artistic community and being in the arts community, the arts fields in the South Bay for now about the better part of 15 years. I grew up in Redwood City, California, just down the way here in Redwood, down the 101. But I got really involved in San Jose's scene, mostly within jazz first, and then kind of broader ranges of music when I started going to San Jose State as a graduate student studying jazz. Yeah, shout out to Spartans, come on. San Jose State. And I had wonderful teachers, Dr. Aaron Langton and the late, great Frank Samaras, Wayne Wallace, Jason Lewis, the list goes on, just an immense faculty. I think we really have a treasure in San Jose State, especially within their music department. It's produced just a lot of talented artists and educators alike. And it was beginnings there as, in my early 20s, where I was really starting to connect with musicians and fellow educators in the area, and what I learned and what I took from studying and really working hard in graduate school helped me get into different really great teaching situations at really great institutions, especially around the South Bay, University of Silicon Valley, Valley Christian High School, and later on at San Jose State University, coming back as faculty. Now I teach both at West Valley Community College as adjunct faculty of jazz piano, and I'm also creative arts and music director at the Rikers Center in Menlo Park, which is a 501c3 nonprofit. But all these things have been really great because it draws a lot upon how I felt like I came up as a young, curious mind in music, and I see a lot of myself in many of the students I teach, and I see a lot of that same drive and passion. So it gives me a lot of pleasure and fuels my creativity, fuels my passion for the arts when I see a lot of diverse age ranges and levels of musicianship and experience and what everything from youth to adults want to pursue and what kind of goals they want to achieve. So it's really just humbling to be able to be a vessel for that. I've had the privilege of being a lot in San Jose's scene for San Jose Jazz Summerfest, Winterfest, residencies at the San Jose Museum of Art, City Lights Theater, so just a lot of great venues. I mean, I want to really thank a lot of these venues, a lot of these musicians, festivals, journalists, filmmakers, photographers, just this San Jose community, this San Jose pool of people and its network of artists is just vast. And sometimes maybe it gets overshadowed from the side of San Francisco or Oakland, but there's really, truly some treasures, some gems here in the world of art in San Jose. So just give a round of applause for all those artists here. a lot who have been recognized by Leigh Weimers as well. So I feel very honored. Several of my colleagues who have made albums and done numerous performances with over the years have been past recipients of this. So it feels very joyful. I'm very grateful to be joining that. And lastly, I'd like to thank my wife, Valencia, my parents, my daughter, Harper, and my soon-to-be-born son in December, Miles. And you know, being a parent and being a husband and also being an artist has really shaped my creativity and has really propelled my drive as a pianist and as a performer overall. And so I'm very grateful to be receiving this Leigh Weimers Award. And it's going to be going towards a new album that will be coming out later in November this year. And yeah, thank you. I'm very thankful that what the Leigh Weimers and Rotary Board of San Jose has generously gifted to these artists. It's going to go towards the album's artwork, you know, vinyl production, promotion and advertising, hopefully things that will jettison this into a tour and future recording, which is going to help towards the next set of works that I'll compose and release. So we're going to perform a cut from that album. You get a little sneak peek today before it hits digital streaming and your vinyl record player at home. This song is called "It'll Always Work Out," and it's also the same title as what the album will be called, because I think us as human beings, we lay our heads down to sleep at night, and we start thinking about the day's next adventures and journeys and difficulties and challenges. And a lot of times we create a script in our head, right? And we create a lot of different situations that could possibly happen, right? Or the outcomes. And a lot of times we think the worst, but the worst never comes. And in fact, you're more prepared and more ready to take on life's next obstacles that are thrown your way. Because, you know, we get that thing in our head trying to, you know, spin us out of control, but at the end, it'll always work out. Trust me, it'll always work out. So that's the album, and that's the tune we're gonna play. So inviting to the stage, this is William Bohr on electric bass and John McDonald on drums. And we're gonna get this going for you. I know you've been sitting a while too, so feel free to, at some point, get up out of your seat. You can bounce around. You know, I don't know. It looks like a lot of space in the aisle, so there might be a place to do that.
Wednesday, everyone. At this time, I'd like to bring out our other three beautiful, amazingly talented winners to the stage. I sincerely and honestly want to thank you for making our world a better place. And now I'd also like to bring to the stage Jerry and Kristen Weimers to hand out the awards along with our committee chair, Sarah Klisch. You can stay standing if you want. I mean, you know, we've been sitting for a while. So we're gonna hand out the awards and get that Rotary photo op. And while they're doing that, I just really, truly mean it when I say you make the world a better place for us to live in through your art, your talent, your point of view, your perspective, and we are grateful to you. I also want to thank the amazing staff at the Hammer, Anthony and his crew. They're so good. I want to thank my beloved Carol. I think anybody on the committee knows how much Carol also does to help us get to this point today, so I want to thank Carol. And I also just want to, on behalf of Jerry and Kristen, I want to thank all of you. I want to thank you for supporting this program, supporting Rotary, supporting the arts. It is through this program and the artists that walk around in the world that we can help keep Leigh Weimers' name lifted up in the community and his legacy can live on. So I'm very grateful. Thank you. I'm gonna get President Heather in for the photo. There we go. And lastly, I would like to just say, art in our lives encourages us to live in what I like to call the 3 Gs. So let this day help you live in the 3 Gs. Because of the gifts that they gave us today. And those G's are generosity, gratitude, and grace. Thank you so much, and I'll give it back to President Heather.
Thank you, Lisa. Fantastic program, absolutely fantastic. Thank you, Rotarians, for all of your support. I want to thank the incredible and talented artists for today, and also thank you, Sarah Klisch, for your leadership of the committee. Of course, we made a gift in your name to the Trash Punks. For those that might know who the Trash Punks are, we have a lot of guests today. The Trash Punks are a local group here that keeps all the trash from going into our creeks and streams and going into the ocean to create, yep, isn't that great? Yeah, so that's, you'll be meeting Justin next week. Right. Next week, our speaker is going to be Chuck Cantrell. He's our own Rotarian, and you're going to be blown away by this presentation, I mean, as always. But he's going to be speaking on why does race matter. Please join us for that. And don't forget, you can get your lunch orders in anytime. Those are open already. You don't have to wait till Monday at 11:59. You could just get that in early. Thank you. And then final thoughts. I want to say hi to Fabiola. She's our exchange student. Where are you, Fabiola? She's back there. Yay! Thank you. She's back there. She's having a wonderful exchange year. Thank you, Rotarians, for hosting that wonderful committee. Over 50 committees. That's a really special one. And she brought me some Hawaiian host. Mahalo. All right. We have a great program next week, and after that, the following week, we have Mark Purdy. So many great things happening in Rotary. Don't forget the reminders from earlier today. If you want to join us for happy hour on Thursday at Rolati, if you want to pass out those pollinator plants on Monday, if you want to play pickleball on Tuesday, and Rotary on Wednesday. It's a bountiful harvest here at Rotary. We are adjourned.